Class of 2020.
Today we have the unique privilege of standing united with one voice,
with one message,
and with one purpose.
To celebrate and memorialize time.
The timeline of your journey from kindergarten to this historic end to your high school career.
Time is always marked by important memories, key milestones, and momentous occasions.
Those events signify that life as we know it has changed, that something else is coming.
It's a strange place to find yourselves because time allows you to exist briefly in two realms.
On one hand, you mourn what's lost. On the other, you look to the future in anticipation of the next step in the journey.
With each of these occasions, it is inevitable that our sense of familiar shifts.
Our normal becomes old news, our expectations transform, and then time, without regard for how these events have affected us, marches on.
Sometimes with the cadence of a slow, easy walk, sometimes with jarring and abrupt fits and starts, and sometimes with almost overwhelming speed.
Regardless of the pace, though, we can allow these experiences to leave the most indelible impressions and cement themselves in our hearts and minds.
And we do.
This has been true for you, the graduating class of 2020, for all of your lives, because your timelines have already been marked with a series of momentous events, all of which have been history makers.
Most of you were born in the immediate aftermath of 9/11, arguably one of the most significant and challenging events of our history.
And while you were learning to sit up and to crawl and walk and talk, your families and your communities and your leaders all had to face unexpected, unparalleled events and work through the uncertainty and insecurity that they forced upon us.
And they did.
During your kindergarten year, Steve Jobs introduced the world's first smartphone, which ultimately influenced how we communicate, how we teach and learn, and how we work.
As time passed and you moved through grade school, transitioning from one milestone to the next, losing your first tooth, learning to ride a bike, earning your first award or trophy. The evolution of technology impacted us in ways that we couldn't quite fully understand.
Social networking continued to evolve. Communities and businesses began to interact through multiple platforms, and the workforce began to offer work-from-home options.
Eventually, you began using this technology to capture your own milestones and memories on apps such as Instagram and through Twitter and Snapchat. Your friends and families, your communities and your leaders, and even you needed to keep moving.
And you did.
And now, as seniors preparing to exit school, your timelines are marked by yet another momentous occasion, and that will alter all of your lives moving forward. A graduation event occurring in the middle of a pandemic.
You began your senior year as part of the lockstep, steady march towards your traditional month of May senior events.
You had a plan. You had a vision. You were secure in knowing what to expect next.
And then it all unexpectedly stopped, which may have caused you to look at your immediate future with a sense of insecurity and uncertainty.
Some of you may even be asking yourselves, am I prepared? Or will I know what to do next? The answers are simple.
You are and you will.
Because of the earmarks of your historic timelines have been preparing you all along. You are prepared to face down the insecurity that comes with change and not having a set path.
Because you are dreamers and action takers.
And in time, you will open the doors of opportunity when you encounter them.
You are prepared to use times of uncertainty to explore, to make difficult decisions, and to take strategic chances because you are innovators and problem solvers.
And in time, you will help your families, your colleagues, and your communities find a new and productive way forward.
You are prepared to meet unexpected challenges with creative thought and inspirational acts because you are the trailblazers and history makers. And in time, you will design the new technologies and discover the new solutions for all of us.
And now, instead of being able to gather together as a community to recognize and celebrate your accomplishments,
we instead find ourselves simultaneously moving away from the tradition
and facing with anticipation how our new normal will allow us this unprecedented opportunity to highlight not only your accomplishments, but to showcase how prepared you are to move along your timelines towards your next great milestones.
Maya Angelou, poet laureate, said,
all great accomplishments require time.
And as you will see here today, you are well on your way.
In addition to the impressive recognitions evident here, you will also be reminded how many of you have already spent time as civic-minded community contributors.
You will see in the faces of your friends and classmates those who have already begun promising careers as advocates for equality, as spokespeople for those who haven't yet found their voice, and as caregivers for those in need.
And you will see in the faces the people who bring us, those who have walked this path before you, confidence, optimism, and hope for what time will bring next, because you do.
We offer our heartfelt congratulations to the historic class of 2020.
It is definitely your time.
Your time.
Your time.
Your time.
Your time.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, Mustangs, we've reached the end of this road. In August 2016, we walked into C. Milton Wright High School hearing rumors about 11-fingered teachers and a pool on the 4th floor. After 4 pep rallies, 7 dances, several state championships, countless meetings and fundraisers, and 1 watermelon Danny Groom smashed with his head, we've grown a lot. In our 4 years, we've gone from squeaky, sleep-deprived kids to collegiate athletes, artists, musicians, writers, politicians, future servicemen and women, and so much more. But we didn't get here on our own. It's all thanks to each other, our parents, family, friends, and the caring teachers and staff that have helped to drive us this far, except Miss Euchre, who helped us paddle our canoes. But before we all speed off, I feel it's important to recognize the rocky road we've been on. Though it may feel like the climax of our high school stories has been ripped out of the book, it was never spoiled, and the moral is still there. The lessons we've learned, friends we've made, and challenges we've overcome will always stick with us. It's been an honor to be a part of your stories, and I'd like to personally thank you all for being a part of mine. Thank you, classmates, for teaching me the importance of being myself. Thank you, teachers, for always making me strive to do my best. Thank you, Frau Wyman, Mr. Davis, and Mr. Broglie, for always coming to class with a good attitude and brightening my days. And thank you, Coach Mickey, for that unforgettable PowerPoint on reproductive health. But now the time has come for each of us to take the wheel. And while we've been prepared to steer our futures, we're coming up fast on all life's twists and turns. The fact that I'm giving a virtual speech right now is proof that you never know what roadblocks lie ahead in life. What we can be certain of, though, is ourselves. We are Mustangs. We are strong. We are the class that braved a global pandemic, and we are ready for whatever life has to throw at us. Though we will make wrong turns, we will go every mile into the future with confidence, not because we have a roadmap, but because we are ready to be the drivers now. As Abraham Lincoln said, the best way to predict the future is to create it, and we can choose our own route now. Where this road ends, a new one starts for every one of us. Enjoy the ride. Let's go, Mustangs.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank the family and friends, faculty and staff, and the teachers in particular for the effort they have put into making our last 4 years the great experience they were. And I especially want to congratulate the students of the class of 2020 for the work they've put into making it here to this moment. Even though this probably wasn't what we were all picturing when we first started our high school careers as little freshmen back in 2016, it's still true to say that everything is what we make of it, and I'm sure the class of 2020 will make it great. Now here's where I could go on and on about my own life and the lessons I've learned that might generously be called helpful, but as they have me on somewhat of a time limit here, I'll keep it brief. This moment marks the end of an era in our lives, an era of having to ask to use the bathroom, all 2 of them, of putting our phones in the box, and of course, fighting over fruit snacks in the cafeteria. More importantly, for many of us, it's our first time leaving home, of striding out alone into the wider world to make something of ourselves and our passions. And as we move forward into this new era, it's helpful to remember that no matter where we go in our lives, there are always people we can be happy to call friends. In all of the places that I've lived as part of a military family, this has never stopped being true. And even though we may leave old friends behind as we go on, they'll never truly stop being a part of us. As the last of the Brownfield valedictorians at C. Milton Wright, I'm sure that our voices have gotten a little tiring to hear, so I'll bring this speech to a close. I'm certain that everyone graduating today has the potential to be great in their own way, and I can't wait to see where the class of 2020 goes from here.
I would like to thank our speakers for their kind words and well wishes. I'm Erica Harris, principal of C. Milton Wright High School. This year marked my first at C. Milton Wright, and it will mark the last for the class of 2020. Members of the senior class welcomed me, questioned me, shared with me, and most of all impressed me with their kindness, commitment to their community, and academic excellence. Their pride in their school and each other was palpable. Although we ended this year in an unprecedented fashion, the senior classes used this as an opportunity to show their readiness and ability to contribute to society, stepping up as essential workers, providing needed daycare, continuing to participate academically, and remembering to think about others. Your families are proud of you, your teachers are proud of you. We are proud of you. The class of 2020 has left its mark on our school, our staff, and on history. As a result of your efforts and hard work, you're leaving the halls of C. Milton Wright High School prepared, resilient, and ready to begin the rest of your adult lives. Donovan Dale Abbott. Alex Michael Ahmed. Sophia Rosa Alexu. Matthew Robert Lynn Alley. Caden Christopher Almond. Jenna Paige Anderson. Vittorio Anthony Annunziata. Nina Antomati. Teresa Santosh Aragam Parambil. Brian William Armentrout Jr. Mackenzie Taylor Arvey. Chaley Catherine Atkins. Gavin Alexander Atkinson. Ethan Patrick Austing. Aya Ayad. Jacob Craig Barbato. Cole James Barbs. Aiden James Barnaba. Bryce Daniel Barrow. Bridget Michaela Bastian. Abigail Nicole Battaglia. Grace Carolyn Battaglia. Peyton Claire Bedsall. Hannah Marie Beagle. Autumn Harmony Benwell. Sean Thomas Berger. Ryan Alexander Bezaridi. Liam John Billsbury. Robert Gerald Bolt Jr. Bailey Rose Borkowski. Courtney Francis Bosek. Ulani Lavinia Lynn Adeline Boyd. Danielle Renee Bragg. Colby Michael Bransky. Joseph Daniel Bridges. Brianna Gabrielle Broadwater. Ethan Zachary Brown. Megan Patricia Brown. John Carrington Brownfield. Ashley Nicole Bull. Jordan Michael Everett Bullis. Nico Calderazzo. Kristen Marie Cameron. Joseph Bartolo Canepa. Jordan Thomas Kale. Peter Youngjin Capuzoli. Karina Carmini. Anthony Joseph Cicchini. Ashley Lynn Chan. Pei Wen Chen. Alyssa Rose Cashone. Michael Wayne Cisco Jr. Hayden Matthew Clark. Isabella Jacqueline Claudio. Enrico Colomanico. Daquan Sean Coleman. Kendra Marie Collins. Pascal Benjamin Conroy. Michael Paul Contrino. Thomas Joseph Cowan. Olivia Noel Craig. Zachary Ryan Craven. Zachary Michael Cruz. Heather Nicole Cristancho. Jonathan Frederick Cristancho. Joshua Jeremy Cristancho. Chandler Ethan Kraus. Michael Joshua Cummings. Haley Renee Kemmons. Stephen Sunil Dawson. Autumn Hope Dennis. Joshua Andrew D'Angelo. Elias Taylor Diaz. Jeremy Francis Dietrich. Kelsey Alicia Renee Dillon. Anna Margaret Denoto. Benjamin Adam Ditmore. Camden James Doherty. Ethan Daniel Dolezal. Virginia Morgan Donnelly. Edward Patrick Doonan. Julia Angeline Doonan. Nicholas Cameron Dunstan Mays. Matthew McKinney Chewbacca Durst. Maria Lynn Dwyer. Joseph Reed Eddington. Jacob Brian Erbacher. Alyssa Marie Eller. Destiny Michelle Eller. Phoebe Lane Eller. Yvette Araceli Elliott. Alexander Timothy Fisher. Athena Suzette Floros. Sean Patrick Flynn. Rebecca Ann Folderauer. Luke Allen Foley. Michael Benjamin Fulton. Courtney Lynn Frank. Emily Elizabeth Frederick. Dylan Harley French. Alexander Michael Perez Galamoza. Colin Edward Gardner. Victoria Eileen Gatos. Gaetano Dominic Geraci. Kenneth Andrew Glover, Jr. Madison Nicole Gazinski. Piper Kathleen Greta. Darren Joseph Graddick. Juliet Elise Gray. Natalie Shantae Gray. Alyssa Lee Graziano. Jordan Catherine Griever. Sarah Elizabeth Grelak. Daniel Joseph Groom. Brad William Haberer. Jake James Haberer. Joshua James Hanley. Grayson Christopher Hansel. Fisher Arden Hansen. Emily Lane Harris. Grace Karen Haupt. Paul Nicholas Helgeson. Morgan Ashley Henderson. Brendan Timothy Hester. Zachary Michael Hetrick. Grayson Cole Hitchcat. Andrew Boyd Hitcho. Cole Joseph Higgins. William Kenneth Higgins. Hannah Marie Holloway. Mark Anthony Hopkins. Aaron Nathaniel Hummel. Carolyn Marie Rose Humphreys. Bryce Richard Irwin. Samin Anaf Islam. Anijah Markira Jackson. Riley Alexis Jakubowski. Dominic Jankovic. Kayla Marie Jasper. Ethan Evan Jew. Ashanti Renee Johnson. Nicole Lynn Johnson. Deonta Anthony Jones. Maura Kathleen Jones. Jason Daniel Caff. Annie Helen Keel. Nicholas Ian Kendall. Jack Nathaniel Kepler. Umar Ali Khwaja. Sydney May Kimmy. Benjamin Leonard Kincaid. Sydney Michelle Kirkluski. Madison Anne Marie Kissinger. Morgan Lynn Kistler. Cassandra Lee Knight. Ashton Scott Kohler. Gabrielle Reed Core. Katie Morgan Kolb. Julia Rose Conquerit. Noah Samuel Kardonsky. Logan Margaret Kosar. George Themis Cotonitis. Andrea Taylor Kovacic. Zachary Francis Kramer. Joseph Frederick Kraus. Jeffrey John Kretschmer. Colby Matthew Credell. Jamie Jennifer Kuhn. Zachary Allen Kuhorik. Ryan Michael Lang. Isabella Larici. Andrew Witten Larson. Stephanie Grace Las Casas. Vivian Yi Lau. Adam Cole Lawrence. Nicholas Vicente Enriquez Lawrence. Lance Thomas Lehman. Daniela Ann Leety. Kaya Miguel Linhart. Ryan Lewis Lindsay. Dylan Woods Lissauer. Ethan Russell Little. Skylar Blair Little. Pierce Elwood Lloyd. Aaron Taylor Logston. Arias Alfonso Levette. Megan Renee Marshall. Benjamin Patrick Martin. Gianna Christiane Marzin. Faith Marie Matheny. Henry Mark Matthias. Gabriela Lambro Mavrikos. Ariana Addison May. Leo Austin McCafferty IV. Kylie Kathleen McCarthy. Nicholas Joseph McClelland. Derek Wesley McCrickard. Kaylin Dale McCullough, Jenna Rose McQuay, Bryce Dylan Carlton Meadows, Kevin Anthony Meyer, Kyle Richard Meyer, Kate Elizabeth Mendola, Spencer Adam Metz, Joseph Augustus Myers, Logan James Milford, Alyssa Jade Miller, Gabrielle Marie Miller, Asha Lena Emma Minot, Catherine Margaret Monahan, Michaela Ayana Montgomery, Brent James Moody, Isabella Camille Mooney, Aiden Michael Moran, Finley Grace Moreland, Christopher Moreno, Caitlin Rose Morrissey, Zachary Cole Molesdale, Kelsey Grace Moyna, Kylie Nicole Mulligan, Elizabeth Erin Murphy, Jason Donovan Napolitano, Brian Lee Wen, Ryan Nam Win, Nicholas David Nolder, Asia Rain Noel, Caitlin Brianna O'Connor, Namdi Adisa Johans Alushola, Victoria Michelle O'Malley, Emily Elizabeth Honorato, Raquel Yamilet Palacios, Jenna Ruth Palmer, Andrew Julius Paris, Tyler Michael Patrick, Corey Donovan Patterson, Thomas Ray Pifley, Emma Marie Peller, Zoe Francis Peller, Lindsay Elizabeth Perry. Brianna Lee Peter. Vivian Nakvi Pham. Daniel Golden Phillips. Mason Edward Piat. Victoria Nicole Pierce. Lillian Idalina Pimentel. Flavia Esther Pinat. Allison Mary Poling. Emily Madison Pope. Riley Alexander Porter. Spencer Aiden Potter. Cassie Loren Potts. Kaylin Kathleen Powell. Jordan Elizabeth Powers. Andrew Dalton Pratt. Audrey Alexandria Pridgeon. Hannah Faith Pritchard. Jai Thane Rachapi. Haley Elaine Rathel. William Lawrence Raybon. Nicholas Alexander Redford. Dawson DeVoe Reed. Megan Olivia Reed. Lauren Taylor Reich. Henry Jacob Reimert. Mackenzie Paige Reinsfelder. Elijah John Reaver. Natalia Jade Reyes. Maria Fernanda Reina Perez. Olivia Louise Kimberly Reynolds. Zarel Price Rames. Philip Wendell Richards IV. Adam Benjamin Richardson. Emma Christine Riley. Anthony John Rippertella. Faith Alexis Rittishofer. Anthony Allen Riva. Ashanae Lachey Moorhead Robinson. Gregory James Roden. Paul Anthony Rose. Shane William Rossiter. Ryan Paul Roscoe. Zachary Allen Russell. Kenneth Gage Salyer. Estelle Ifoa Fabiola Sanvi. Kendall Rose Saunders. Ian Michael Scanlon. Josiah Bernard Schaub. Caleb Alexander Sham. Gregory Caleb Schaefer. Bethany Ann Schilling. Aldrin James Schneider. Jacob Ronald Shucker. Timothy Andrew Schultz, Jr. Nicholas Daniel Shanamanico. Chloe Grace Sealander. Robert Bryce Seward. Dominic Parviz Shayak. Matthew John Sharinsky. Anne Maria Sherrick. Aaron Ray Shetterly. Martin Alexander Shope. Jaden Cole Slotnick. Alexis K. Small. Corinne Elizabeth Smith. Rosick Varlov Smith. Tyler Michael Smoot. Jessica Michelle Spar. Benjamin Robert Sprague. Haley Nicole Stabile. Devin Anthony Staton. Elijah Todd Stephen. Taylor Michelle Stevenson. Zachary Michael Stiers. Brian Orlando Stemke. Caleb Timothy Stoll. Paige Elizabeth Stoner. Evan Matthew Strumpus. Alexis Morgan Sturgill. Zachary David Sutton. Carson Mitchell Swain. Justin Michael Sweat. Ethan Michael Thomas. William Scott Tinney V. Andrew Joseph Tomaskovich. Madison Lynn Treadwell. Matthew Victor Trito. Christian Paul Trombley. Samuel Xavier Trujillo. Caitlin Rose Valenza. Seth Alexander Vinn. Kylie Marie Wagner. Jillian Amber Wall. Henry Daniel Walenchek. Anastasia Faith Walker. Christian Jacob Walker. Victoria Michelle Walker. Bridget Elizabeth Walsh. Elizabeth Ann Wiesdock. Brent Matthew Whaley. Victoria Ann White. Matthew Anthony Wicker. Samantha Ashley Weidenhouse. John Miles Widman. Connor Christopher Wilhelm. David Lawrence Williams III. Ashley Kiona Williams. Sophia Marie Williams. Christine Marie Wolf. Jackson William Wolf. Ashley Kate Woodford. William Dale Woods. Hunter Adam Wright. Jocelyn Jane Wright. Matthew Robert Wychulis. Gabrielle Ibarra III. Maria I. Yanoris. Lauren Nicole Zelina. Caden Rain Zentak. Alec Christopher Zuro.
To the C. Milton Wright class of 2020, this is our time. Congratulations. Please turn your tassels. Woo!